What's going on, guys? CGG Matt back. Read the title. You know what we're doing. Today we're going over Bleacher Report. Well, specifically Grant Hughes is a grading of every starting lineup after the offseason. Every team's starting lineup. Not a ton to really explain, so we're just going to jump right into it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. 99, get me to 100. It'd be really fun to see. I like round numbers. The Atlanta Hawks got a B. I think it could be a little bit higher, maybe a B+. With Jalen Johnson coming back and adding some much-needed size to their front court. They got Kristaps Porzingis, but we don't know how good he's going to be. Toward the end of last season, if you watch Celtics games, Kristaps Porzingis was pretty terrible. His conditioning was awful because he was sick. He was sick. He had some disease. I don't know, man. I don't know. AIDS bounced around for a while. No confirmation. But he was continually out of breath every game. And I believe it was game 5 of the Knicks series where he went over to the bench and you could audibly see him telling Joe Mazzulla, I can't breathe. I can't go. And that's not good. But the good thing about the Hawks is that they have an insurance plan named Onyeka Okongwu coming off the bench, who can also play a fine center position. I like Porzingis there a lot more because he's just bigger than Okongwu is. Okongwu's more active on the perimeter, but Porzingis protects the rim a little bit better, I'd say, just because of the height factor. Trae Young is once again going to average 10-plus assists. They add Nikhil and Kennard off the bench, which is terrific spacing. And people don't talk about Jalen Johnson enough. Well, I think they have woken up to him, but he got hurt last year. He can really pass. He was a 5-assist guy last year. You add Kennard and Alexander Walker and Porzingis, and you're talking about Jalen Johnson might be a 6-assist guy too. Dyson Daniels is going to do his thing. 3 steals. He's going to average 2+ steals a game again, I'd have to bet. And Zach Ricochet, he continually got better last year. I really like the Hawks lineup. I think this could be a strong 4-seed, 3-seed type of team. Real gritty squad. The Celtics get a C. Yeah. Not surprising when your starting 4 is Sam Hauser. I thought it would be Boucher. I figured they're going to do Boucher at the 4 because they don't have rim protection. Neemias Queta has shown a ton in FIBA play or EuroLeague, whatever the hell. He's looked fantastic. He had like a 24 and 19 and 5 block game. He's been great, but I don't know how much I trust him in the regular season. He fouls a ton. He fouls a lot. Got great size, but when you can't stay on the court because you're fouling all the time, it becomes a real issue, you know? And on top of that, they already have a size issue in the backcourt. Derek White is a great shot blocker and very good defender. Peyton Pritchard's the opposite. He's awful defensively. So it's really interesting, man. I think this team is going to win 40 games. I think that's the real cap on it, is 45 wins. There's just no way in hell this is a 50-win squad. They have no backup center play other than Garza or if you're going to run Boucher, but Boucher's not a backup 5. I don't know. This team really stinks this year, and it's depressing as hell. I think they're going to be straight up terrible. Not terrible, but just well above mid. The D for the Nets, that makes perfect sense to me. This is a scary starting lineup, and I mean that as in, like, who's passing the ball. It's Yegor, I'm guessing. I'm not guessing. I'm pretty sure it's Yegor Demon or whatever. He's not a passer like that. Cam Thomas is certainly not a passer. Zaire Williams, I don't know what he does well at this point in his career. I loved Zaire Williams coming out. He was really young, had great size, but nothing really consistent. Michael Porter Jr. doesn't pass either. And Nick Claxton's not a Nikola Jokic, Alperen Şengün type of center. I just don't know where the ball movement's going to come from. I love Jordi Fernandez as a coach, so I'm sure he can whip somebody into being a good playmaker. But just looking at the starting lineup, it's like, where are the assists going to come from here? Charlotte Hornets with a D. It's getting better. And I know it's not a household name, Moussa Diabate. It's not a household name, but this is, I've said it before in videos, and I'll stand on it. Moussa Diabate is like if Bam Adebayo got hit by the Monstars, but only his offense. His defense is spectacular. Moussa Diabate's defense, to me at least, is really good. He's got length. He has good foot speed. He can switch on the perimeter. He's still kind of raw as a big man, but it's like if you took Bam Adebayo and just like, it's like skim milk Bam Adebayo. Big fan of Conrad Knappel. I don't know. Haven't heard it yet. Once the announcers say it, I'll know. But he can shoot the damn ball. I know that much. It's a solid starting lineup. I think D is a little bit low. That feels really low for the Hornets. I kind of like this lineup. I'd say it's like a C- lineup, you know? Maybe that's being generous, but I kind of like it more. Brandon Miller's coming back too. That should help. The Bulls get a C+, understandably so. Why the fuck is Ayo Dosunmu starting at the 3? I know he did it a lot last year. He doesn't have the size to do it. I love Ayo Dosunmu as a backup guard, not as a starting small forward. I don't know. And on top of that, Giddey's an awful defender. Kobe's an awful defender. Ayo's an alright defender. Modest is young, but he has great defensive upside. And Vucevic is an awful defender. This team ain't going to guard shit, dude. They can outrun you, which minus 37.2 was their net rating, by the way. Yeah, that's what I mean by they don't play any defense. This team's not going to defend very well. And it's a shame because my boy Modest deserves better. But him with Josh Giddey is going to be a really fun pairing like it was last year. Josh Giddey just got a bag, 4 years, $100 million. I could talk about that quickly. It's only $25 million AAV. I thought he was going to get $120 million, so he saved some money there. $25 million is not breaking the bank per se. I have to see whether it's upscaling or downscaling. But $25 million AAV for a guy who's like a fine starting point guard is good value. Does he struggle defensively? Yeah. Does he struggle to get to the rim at times and finish well? Hell yeah. Is he athletic? No. But he does pass well, he gets out in transition well, and he's getting better shooting the ball. The real star here is Kobe White and Modest Buzelis, in my opinion. Who's next? Cavs A. One of the best starting fives in basketball. You question their bench because Lonzo Ball's going to get hurt, and you're just like, where's it going to come from after that? But the starting lineup, net plus 5.1. Good for them. Garland, Mitchell, Wade. They have Wade in the starting lineup. I'm working on my small forward rankings right now, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to put Hunter or Wade. I put Hunter because he is just the better player, but the better fit is Dean Wade. I'll agree with that one. And on top of that, Hunter off the bench, 6th man of the year candidate. The fit's just better. Wade is a better defender, and their shooting isn't that much of a drop-off. And I like DeAndre Hunter running the bench shooting a lot more than I would like him running with the starters. I can rework the list, but it's at the point where I've already written it out. It's going to be DeAndre Hunter simply because, in my opinion, he is the better player, but the better fit is obviously Dean Wade. This is a terrific starting lineup, but the team's getting expensive, and if they lose again this year, there's going to be some real changes, and it's going to be DeAndre Hunter's probably going to be gone, and like maybe Jared Allen. I don't know. They're going to need to make changes. Probably, I'd hope Darius Garland. If this ship fails, we get rid of Garland, get rid of Allen, rework this whole thing. Mavericks C. Is Kyrie Irving listed? No, because he is hurt, understandably so, and AD is still recovering from the eye injury. So that should be interesting. It's better than a C. A C is low. I understand D'Lo stinks. No, we know that. And Klay Thompson's just kind of there. He's good spacing. But like Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford, that can win you some games. And then once they get Kyrie back, I wonder what they would rank it if Kyrie was there. Would it still be a C if Kyrie Irving was there? You know what I mean? Otherwise, though, it's a talented team. Been doing the small forward rankings. I don't know where to put Cooper Flagg. It's really hard to call. Generational prospect, but how much is he really going to touch the ball? Probably a good amount with Kyrie Irving out, but when your point guard's D'Lo, I can't guarantee that. Nuggets A, no, they've built an elite starting five. This is a great starting five, man. Murray, Brown, Johnson, Gordon, Jokic. It fits better. Cam Johnson, man, you look at his box score numbers in Brooklyn last year, you'd think he put up great scoring numbers, but his efficiency was terrible because he was shooting all the time and he had nobody to play with. No, his efficiency was terrific. He shot like 39% from three. His efficiency didn't drop, and he averaged 19 a game. And now he gets to go to a team with arguably the smartest player in the NBA, Nikola Jokic. Cam Johnson ain't no slouch. That kid's a bookworm, right? I love Cam Johnson's game. He plays complementary roles so well. And on top of that, his defense should come back into fold with him being tasked with less offensive load. Combine that with Aaron Gordon's shooting jump from last year. Maybe Christian Brown takes another shooting jump. He was a good shooter percentage-wise. He just didn't take a ton of them, which I didn't really like. But Christian Brown's more so a get-out and transition type of player anyways. And Jamal Murray is Jamal Murray, a fringe all-star who's going to get you 20-something a night. And he's going to start off slow. We all know that. But he picks it up later in the season. He just always seems to do it. This is an elite starting lineup, maybe the best built they've had since the championship team. Pistons B, that's generous. That's generous. It is. because the spacing here might get ugly. Jaden Ivey, he can shoot. He did actually really well shooting the ball in like the 18 games he played last year. That's the issue, is it was like an 18-game sample. Otherwise than that, Asar Thompson shooting jump, maybe. Tobias Harris is like an all right three-point shooter, and Jalen Duren doesn't take any. Malik Beasley's getting investigated by the NBA. I was hoping he was going to sign somewhere, but now that the NBA is opening an investigation, he ain't going to get signed. Now their bench got LeVert and Duncan Robinson, and it's a weird team, man. B feels really high, considering, in my opinion, this is pretty damn close to the Dallas Mavericks lineup. You have one superstar, Cade Cunningham versus Anthony Davis. You have one young guy, Asar Thompson versus Cooper Flagg, and the rest is like the rest. You just kind of filled it out. I don't know. I think B is a little bit generous. A- for the Warriors. It's just starting lineup, so yeah, I guess. Has Al Horford signed a deal with them yet? It says, if you think the inclusion of free agent Al Horford makes this lineup speculative. I don't know if he's signed a deal there yet. No, all I'm seeing is speculation, no actual official reporting. Like, you go into Spot Rack, I was just in there. You don't have to check. You go into Spot Rack, they don't have a contract up. If Al Horford's your starting center, I don't think I like it, but Draymond Green can anchor it very well. It's very switchable, and if you're only talking about starting five, yeah, I'd agree it's pretty damn good. A- still feels generous. This is a B+ lineup, simply because I don't know what this guy's going to do in the starting lineup. I think he'd be better as a bench role. Maybe they put Buddy at the 2. Starting lineup-wise, yeah, it's a pretty decent team. Bench unit, it gets a little bit murky, but it is what it is. Houston Rockets, A, yeah. The starting lineup-wise, there's not many that can mess with it. The main thing that I want to see is Barry Smith Jr. take that shooting leap. In the playoffs, he started shooting pretty damn well. Felt like he made every three he took in the playoffs. I want to see that in 82 games now. Of course, he didn't play 82 last year. I think he got hurt at some point. The addition of Kevin Durant makes them 5 times more dangerous. I like Jalen Green to an extent, but Kevin Durant is everything you want out of Jalen Green. I mean, Jalen Green could be a scorer like Kevin Durant, but why would you take a gamble on a guy like Jalen Green that could be as good as Kevin Durant when the alternative is just having Kevin Durant? You know, they lose a little bit of their defensive identity with Dylan Brooks going, but you still have Tari Eason and guys like that anyways, so it's not like it matters. This is one of the best starting lineups in basketball, undoubtedly, in my opinion. It is a well-built team. My only worry is Kevin Durant's like 37. How much can you really put on him? But that's the positive, though. They have some young guys. Amen Thompson. Is Reed Shepard still there? Yeah, I think he is. And then on top of that, Jabari Smith. Alperen Şengün is another all-star. So it's a well-built team, man. Pacers, C-. Yeah, it's the center play that's really bogging it down. I don't know if they've announced an official starting center, but they have Jay Huff listed, the reverse dunk god, Jay Huff. He was just throwing down reverse dunks for no reason. I mean, there would be nobody within 100 feet of him, and he's just doing a reverse dunk just to do it. I respect it, right? With Benedict Mathurin starting, that's going to be their scoring punch on the perimeter. Yes, Pascal Siakam is a terrific player. You need more than one scoring the damn ball. Nembhard is going to be your table setter because you don't have a 10-assist guy named Tyrese. And you need a table setter, a guy who's going to get you a bunch of assists. That's Nembhard's role. Benedict Mathurin's going to be your scorer. Neesmith is Aaron Neesmith. Pascal is Pascal. And Jay Huff, he can try and imitate Miles Turner, but I don't know if he is Miles Turner. I don't think it. I don't think, bold take, I don't think Jay Huff is Miles Turner, even though they look like the same person. I mean, if they stood next to each other, I don't know if I'd be able to tell the difference between Miles Turner and Jay Huff. But C+ just feels really, really mean. It's the center play. It's just the center play, I guess. I don't know. Move on. Clippers, B. Even that feels low. I understand Boardman gets paid. Listen, I could do an update on that right now and talk about Aspiration getting the original investment from a Clippers minority stake owner, and then 9 days later, some of that money going to Kawhi. I could talk about that, but again, I'd still have to play the non-biased, bipartisan role and basically say, well, what could have happened was, like we said, it was an a multi-level marketing scheme where they would take money from somebody to pay off somebody else. They took money from the Clippers minority stake owner just so that way they could give it to Kawhi to pay off Kawhi. Some people in the comments would say, why was Kawhi even getting paid? And to that, I have no defense, but it really depends on if he's on the roster this year. I don't know. What I do know is James Harden will be there. Bradley Beal will be there, John Collins will be there, and if it's a Zubats will be there. Will Steve Ballmer and Kawhi Leonard be there? I don't know. But as for right now, if you factor in Kawhi Leonard, I think it's better than a B. I think it's way better than a B. And on top of that, I wouldn't start Bradley Beal. I wouldn't. He's really good. Bradley Beal, 40% three-point shooter, gets to the mid-range well, shoots the ball pretty damn well. But I would still start, what the fuck is his name? Chris Dunn. I would still start Chris Dunn. Defensively, it just makes more sense. You pair him next to James Harden, who has become a respectable defender, but he's still not a great one. Plus, he's old. I want a defensive dog in there, especially since John Collins' defense is pretty terrible, too. I would just rather have a defensive dog in there and then let Brad Beal come off the bench and eat. I don't know. I guess we'll see how it works out. Zubats down low is a great anchor already. I mean, having Zoo down low basically guarantees you're going to have a top 20 offense or at worst, maybe top 15 at worst. But I would definitely rather start Chris Dunn at the 2 and let Brad Beal lead off the bench. That's just my opinion. A B feels really low. That's my overlapping, my main takeaway on this is that this shit feels very low. But the Lakers get a B. I mean, I vehemently disagree. Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic might be the best scoring backcourt in the NBA. You're going to struggle to find a better scoring backcourt. They ain't going to defend anyone, though. I'm sure I could score a smooth 6 points on that backcourt. Like, it's not great. Right, I say 6, probably like 4, 3. I could definitely make 1. But this backcourt ain't defending shit. Marcus Smart at the 3. He's like 6'4", and he's 35. He hasn't played competitive basketball in 2-3 seasons at this point. He's old. He's been injured a ton. He's not the best 3-point shooter, and on top of that, he's 6'3", playing the fucking 3. This just screams awful defensively. Luka ain't defending. Reeves is a tissue in the wind. Marcus Smart's old and fragile. LeBron ain't defending. He's 45. And DeAndre Ayton as your anchor down low. I don't know what they expect out of this team. B is generous. I think this will be a good team, but I don't think this is a better starting 5 than what the Clippers got. I'm sorry. I just disagree. There's no defense in this backcourt. Marcus Smart ain't covering all that up. He's old and hurt constantly. And then God forbid they get past Luka and Austin Reeves. You got to meet DeAndre Ayton at the paint. At the rim, you got to meet Big Weak. I mean, I'm good. I think it's worse than a B. The only reason I guess I'm tilted on it is because the Clippers one was so low. You can't have the Clippers one that low and then show me the Lakers one and give it the same grade. No. Memphis Grizzlies A-. I wasn't expecting this at all. Starting line, it's a strong starting lineup. You have 2 All-Stars in Triple J and Ja, which, yeah, that's fantastic. KCP, you're really banking on a shooting flip for that switch to just snap back on because his shooting last year was atrocious in Orlando. Magic fans probably hate the guy, understandably so. Jalen Wells is fantastic. I struggled to figure out where he's going to go in the small forward rankings as well, because he kind of cooled off in the back half of the year, but he was really, really good for a good portion of it. And Zach Edey showed flashes. A-. Sure. I guess I'm still just tilted on the Clippers one being that low. I understand that team's old, but I don't know. Man. Ja Morant, is he going to miss time this year? I hope not, because he's maybe one. I've told my friends this a couple of times. Buy League Pass just to watch Ja Morant play. It's electric. When he's on the floor, the energy just changes. And it's fun to watch. The athleticism combined with the passing ability. I remember me and my dad were watching the Nets game that they played, I believe, in Brooklyn. That was the one where he threw a lob to Santi Aldama from off his ass. Me and my dad stood up and were like, whoa, like we hadn't seen nothing like that. He is an energy changer on the court, and he just brings so much fun to it. A-, whatever, I'll let it slide. C-, okay, I guess, yeah. It's great defensively. I mean, Hero ain't defending, but like Davion, Wiggins, Bam, Kalel, hell defensively, and Hero's your perimeter scorer. With a Davion step up, like we saw last year, they're a playoff contender for sure. They took Norman Powell out of the starting lineup, which I like. I saw a starting lineup that said Hero at the 1, Norm at the 2, and then Wiggins, Bam, Kalel. Didn't really like that one as much as I like Davion in the starting lineup. I think he just fits. I think it could be better than C-. I mean, maybe C+. It's not getting out of the C's. I think C+ would be a little bit more generous. But overall, it's like, it's fine. They're a fine team. Bucks, D. What? Bro, some of this shit just confuses me. I understand it. Gary Trent Jr. probably better as a bench guy. Kyle Kuzma. What are we going to get out of Kyle Kuzma this year? Where do I rank him on my small forward rankings? That one's been brutal. Giannis, Miles Turner. Listen, the front court is loaded with talent. You're talking about one of the best shooting big men in the league in Miles, and, of course, the top 3 player in basketball, Giannis. And that the backcourt's where you lose me. KPJ, Gary Trent. It's like Gary Trent, if you want to start Gary Trent, sure, he's a good shooter. He can make a couple mid-range shots, too. KPJ starting is a real mystery. I'll say a real mystery. D, again, I don't know, because I feel like this team is on par with Miami in terms of starting lineup, if you want to go band for band, but I don't know. I think the backcourt's where you lose me. D is, I can let it go. That makes sense, sure. Timberwolves, A. I would hold off from going with an A simply because I like Bite. I do. He's like 40. I like Rudy Gobert. Again, one of the best defensive players of this generation. He's like 37. It's an older team at the bookends, right? Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert on the ends of the lineup. The middle part is really good. Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, fine. I would have just liked to see them do something about the point guard position. As much as I love Mike Conley, he's a great vet, and he is one of the best three-point shooters silently in basketball, along with still being a plus passer and a fine defender. But he is really old, man. I would have liked to see them address that, maybe get a new starting point guard in. Maybe Dilly starts getting minutes. I don't know. What do you think, Chris Finch? Will Dilly get minutes this year? Can't guarantee it. Rudy Gobert, it's fine. I think A is, that's fair. I like it. Pelicans, D. If they're healthy, this is better than D. Yeah, if they're healthy. When's DeJounte going to get back? That's my wonder. When is DeJounte Murray going to get back off that Achilles tear? It happened in like January, so not to start the year for sure, but I don't know. Poole, Herb, Trey, Zion, Eve. I think it's better than a D. I think that's another C lineup as well. Because they have defenders, they have shooters, they have size. Eve is a good paint protector. Like I said, he's baby Clint Capella. Zion is Zion if he's on the court. It all depends on if he's on the freaking court. We all know that. So I guess we'll have to wait and see that one. But on paper, if you don't factor in injuries, I think it's better than a D. Knicks, A. Yeah, that makes sense. It's the same starting lineup as last year. There's nothing really to talk about. OKC Thunder, A. Again, there's nothing really to talk about. It's the same starting lineup as last year. They won the championship. So, yeah, A and A. You got to go Thunder A+ or something. You got to differentiate because you can't tell me the Knicks have the same amount of talent in their starting lineup as the Thunder do when one won the championship and the other one probably is not going to win the championship next. Listen, I won't guarantee a lot of things, but I don't think this Knicks team is suddenly going to snap and make the finals and win the finals with a new coach too. I don't know. You can't convince me the Thunder and the Knicks have the same caliber of starting lineup. I just don't believe it. One just literally won the finals. Magic A- with D-Bane in there, yeah. Yeah, this is such a strong lineup. Jalen Suggs as your complimentary great defender, good 3-and-D and passer. He's a decent passer, point guard. Desmond Bane is your shooter, hopefully, because I said the same thing about Kentavious Caldwell-Pope last year, and he forgot how to shoot. And then Franz, Paolo, Wendell, that's fine. I like this lineup a lot, too. I agree. 76ers C, I don't think... Is this what their lineup's going to be? McCain, I can understand if you want McCain to come off the bench, but I'd still start Oubre in there over Grimes. It's no fault to Quentin Grimes, but Quentin Grimes at the 3, and then Paul George at the 4. You're tasking Paul George with a lot playing the 4. Considering he missed a majority of last year with injuries, he's old as hell as well. Bars. And then Quentin Grimes is also just not a small forward. He's just not. Kelly Oubre's got to be in this lineup somewhere. I know he can't really shoot, but you need the defensive intensity. A guy with some damn length, because Quentin Grimes is not Not a 3. Don't play him at the 3, man. D for the Suns. Who's starting in here that I don't like? Nobody, really. Ryan Dunn, great defender. Dylan Brooks, great defender. And then you have your 2 scorers up top in Book and Jalen. Mark Williams at the 5. If he can stay healthy, it's fine. I just don't think... I think 3 to 5 is where they don't really like it. Is Royce O'Neal going to start? I don't know. Maybe. Over Ryan Dunn? I hope not. Ryan Dunn was really good last year. I like Ryan Dunn. It's a fine team. D is fair. Trailblazers, B. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine, because they don't have any all-stars. But they have, like, Denny, who's going to be a good scorer, Shaden, who's going to get buckets, and then Drew's going to be your table setter. I kind of like it. Tumani's obviously the elite defender of the bunch here. Probably the best defender in the starting lineup. The best defender on the team. One of the best defenders in the Western Conference. I don't want to understate how good Tumani Kamara is defensively. Kings, D, yeah, this lineup stinks, dude. Dennis, this screams no defense. Who the fuck is getting a stop on this starting lineup? Keegan, sure, but he regressed a ton, man. I love Keegan Murray. That's the young prince, man, and he hasn't done very well. Zach LaVine is a scorer. I mean, like, all these guys are scorers that can't really defend, except, like, Keegan, who can't score, but he's all right defensively, I guess. I don't know. And DeMontis as your 5-man. It stinks. This is a stink team. I don't like it either, man. I don't blame you. Spurs B. If it all works out, I question Stephon Castle's fit because he can't shoot. That's pretty well established. But who else is going to start? Harper, maybe? I don't know. Their net rating is a minus 9.1, but it was only 22 possessions. Okay, so fair enough. Yeah, don't even look at that, really. That doesn't matter. 22 possessions isn't enough to get a full a full scope. It's a fine starting lineup. I think B is about fair. That makes sense to me. We're getting low. Raptors, C. They're going to make moves because there's not a shot RJ Barrett stays on this team. I don't think so. They've been looking to trade him, people keep saying, but they haven't. And it makes me really question when. When, if not before the season, are you going to trade a mid-season? To who? Who the hell is calling for RJ Barrett? I don't know. It's just an awkward fit. RJ, Brandon, Scotty. Brandon Ingram's done really well on catch and shoot, and he's been a better three-point shooter of recently. But it's just so weird. They could be a playoff team. If it blends together well, it could be a playoff team. If it doesn't blend together well, they'll be shooting off, quickly. I don't know if anyone's going to take quickly with that deal. RJ are going here. Jakob, you're going here. Ingram, I don't even know if they could trade him. It's such a weird team. It better gel because you let Masai Ujiri go the whole offseason, draft and everything, and then you fired him. That didn't make much sense to me, but I don't know, man. I think it's better than C, but not better than B. Somewhere in between. Jazz, F. F? Yeah, oh my God. Collier and Keontae out the backcourt again. Dude, I'm getting so ready. I'm so ready for the NBA season just so that way I can watch 0 Jazz games as per usual. I'll probably watch 10 Jazz games all season, probably less. Yeah, I'll watch them sometimes. They start later. I don't know. Walker Kessler is fine. He might get dumped every year. They say they might trade him. Ace. Can Ace save the Utah Jazz? Maybe. I don't know. Who's last? Wizards. F? Really? I think it's better than F. Okay, they have fucking Bilal Coulibaly listed at the fucking 4. How tall is Bilal listed? 6. I'd have to say, all right, quick guess before I look at it. 6'6" or 6 the one after it because I'm not saying that. What do we got here? I'm looking at Cam Johnson. Sorry. Listed at 6'8". 6'8", 195. And they want to play him at the 4 next to Alex Sarr, who albeit is a good rim protector, but he is like 107 pounds. I think it's better than F. It's not better than D, but it's better than F. I'm feeling generous today. I'm saying a lot of these scores are low. If you enjoyed this video, you should subscribe. Like I said, I'm 1 away from 100. One of you fuckers better subscribe, man. I like even numbers, and my brain's starting to really hurt looking at a non-even number. I'm going to go catch the MC guys in the next one.